Very good afternoon to you. 12 noon. This is Pan-African Television News. My name is Ivy Abnadide Nakite. We are live across 46 African countries and some parts of Europe. We are live on Facebook at Pan-African Television. Coming up in the next 1 hour, tension brews as Momo visits the streets over e-levy. Bring you the details of that shortly. Also coming up, Ghana sees a surge in COVID-19 death toll. These and many stories in the world of business, international sports and entertainment packed up. Don't go anywhere. Now let's move straight to the details of our stories. Majority Leader Lawrence Osei Mensah Bonsu has indicated that his caucus has sought to build consensus with the minority in every business of a house. He also debunked claims that the lack of consensus building was to blame for the melee which occurred.
So Parliamentary Affairs has, using the platform of the legislature, met with the leadership, the smaller leadership, that is 5 on each side, plus the deputy speakers. We've met, and sometimes even over lunch or dinner, at least about 10 times. And the extended leadership, including the chairman and ranking members of the committee, numerous occasions, all to build consensus and move forward as one people. And yet, they turn around to say that we have not been engaging enough. Yesterday, our meetings, the day this so-called rejection of the budget happened, that weekend, we're having consultations with them. Doing that, we will not relent, we will continue to. Thank you very much.
Now, meanwhile, the minority in Parliament defended the Speaker of Parliament after Deputy Majority Leader made the claim earlier that the Speaker was not showing leadership due to his absence from the deliberation of the Electronic Transactions Levy Bill. Deputy Minority Leader James Kluche Abadi maintained that the absence of the Speaker was due to his health conditions.
Why is Ken Ufuyeka not choosing to go that way? In the comfort of his office, in the airport, and tax the lazy way your memo, your mumu, your transfer that you made, your bank transfer. For instance, if I take money from a bank account to my mobile money account, I'm taxed. This is not something we should encourage, because taxing money transfer, it is taxing capital, it is taxing income that has already been taxed. If I go to a restaurant to buy anything and I need to pay tax, I need to pay for that I consume. Already there's a VAT component on that. So if I use my mobile money to pay, I am paying tax on tax. That is a simple explanation. So we are calling on them to rather look at how they can ensure that over 6 million Ghanaians who earn income and are not paying tax are rather taxed, rather than going after little money that you and I are transferring to our relatives, to our friends, our parents, in order to survive, taxing that, which is something that will not work well for us. Now, He also talked about political or partisan design by the minority. We have not designed anything as a minority. Never. All that we are saying is that we are against the e-levy and we will vote. We made it known to them. It is not a secret that we are going to vote on the e-levy. It is now left for them to marshal the numbers and for them to defeat us on the e-levy, or we defeat them. So we have never, as a minority group, have any design. Our strategy or our position is that we don't want the e-levy. It is known to them, it is a fact, and we have said all the reasons why we think that the e-levy is something that we should not tolerate. Why are they still talking about e-levy? Why are they not talking about going after Ghanaians who earn income through either employment, business, or investment, where they need to pay tax to government? As we speak, about 9 million Ghanaians earn income and who must pay direct tax to government. Effectively, it is only 2.4 million Ghanaians who are paying tax now. About 6.8 million Ghanaians are not paying tax, yet they earn income. It is for the Ministry of Finance to go after these people who earn income so that they pay the appropriate tax to government. Honorable Gbagye's absence yesterday was a deliberate act to frustrate the business of government. That is a complete lie. It is never true. We all know that Honorable Gbagye just returned from Dubai, where he went to undergo a lot of medical treatment. And he must obey the instructions and directives of his doctors, because his life is very important. So if on Friday, before the House should adjourn to Monday, we all agree as a House, leadership of the House agree that Monday we are coming solely to do the business of e-levy. So the House was scheduled at 10 a.m. yesterday. But we also heard that the House ended up starting around 4-5 p.m. Who is now
National Democratic Congress, Sammy Gyamfi, and 2 others have dragged the Attorney General, the Ghana Health Service, and the Ghana Airport Company to court over compulsory vaccinations at the Kotoka International Airport. The applicants claimed that the policy violates the fundamental human rights of Ghanaians, as much research has not gone into the development of vaccines to warrant its mandatory administration.
In the suit, Sammy Gyamfi stated that per information published on the official website of the World Health Organization, all COVID recommended by the Organization for Emergency Use Listing have a rate of just 50% or above. He added that another scientific study has shown that COVID-19 vaccinated persons coronavirus disease more than vaccinated. Mr. Gyamfi stated that given the fact that the COVID-19 vaccines being forced and mandated by the respondents on all unvaccinated persons who are 18 years and above and are traveling to or from Ghana do not prevent people from contracting the virus or spreading same, for which reason even fully vaccinated and boosted persons are still required to produce a negative PCR test issued within 72 hours of embarkation to Ghana and an additional negative antigen test upon arrival at the Kotoka International Airport. It is the COVID-19 status of a person entering or leaving Ghana that should reasonably be the concern of the respondents and not their vaccination status. In the suit, Mr. Gyamfi asked the court to declare that the directive by the Ghana Health threatened fundamental human rights of people as enshrined under Article 21, Clause 1G of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. The service had noted that in the wake of the Omicron variant of COVID-19, all persons 18 years and above arriving in Ghana from December 12 must provide proof of full vaccination. However, Mr. Gyamfi in his post said the directive is an affront to the 1992 Constitution. As such, he pledged to use every legitimate means possible to resist, quote, madness no matter the cause of stigma, unquote. This in the suit, Mr. Gyamfi wants the court to order the Ghana Health Service and authorities at the Kotoka International Airport to put a stop to the directive. The legal practitioner and the other applicants are also demanding a declaration that the impugned directives of the respondents, thus Ghana Health Service, contravene medical ethics and best practices that govern COVID-19 vaccine administration. They also demand a declaration that the impugned directives of the respondents violated Section 2, Clause 1 of the Imposition of Restrictions Act 2020, Act 1012, and Sections 21, 22, and 30 of the Public Health Act 2012, Act 851, and therefore illegal. Meanwhile, a pharmacist and research fellow at the Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Kwame Sarpong Essiedu, has intimated that mandatory vaccination, according to the laws of the state, is legal. Citing Ghana's Public Health Act 2012, 851, Dr. Sarpong Essiedu argued that government has the mandate to make general decisions for the public with regards to health, and compulsory vaccination, provided not injurious.
Cost short break.
Okay. Why? What's happened?
It's a chance. Say what?
We side friend of friend. I'm so here too. You are not testing messages here. And our office also. I'm trying to tell you, man. She says, "You need your man."
I mean, so we a guy man, and me young who could look cry. And also wants a family drilling company limited for Ghana.
What's it then? Family.
Friday 0240 333 111 and that says 02144 22.
Me and Pa me see. Me want to. Me will be here. Family drilling now. Family drilling. Me out
It's the more more superb. Join it all began. The celebration train begins with a Farmers' Day afternoon jam on December 3 featuring Chirampon Traditional. The Wakanda One City of Return Trade Expo is on from 6 to 12 December 20. The first of its kind fishermen and fishmongers bash at the pool area. 31st night will be a rollicking time as we enjoy the King's New Year Gala night with the Rock Factory. Truly, December at Ridge Royal Hotel is richly inviting and comfortably yours. Get involved.
Such a happy, happy song.
Hello, information.
But ask.
Me, I have still not got the money for that list of expensive building materials you sent to me. The price of the iron rods have been increased too much, added.
Madam, relax. Look, that's not why I did call. I just visited IPCP, where the engineers told me everything about Chosako fast floor.
Chawanko, please, those people are expensive. Are they not the people building those big houses in town? I beg going to cash in a guy.
Madam, in fact, I used to think the same until I visited their office today, and they gave me an estimate of how much it will cost. No more, the estimate payment is free. Oh, it's cheaper than the one I even sent you.
Wow.
Building contractors, foremen, masons. Visit IPCP, the Trasaco Fast Floor. Engineers will assist you build an affordable, faster and stronger building.
Oh, madam. It is done.
Wow.
Trasaco Fast Floor. Stronger, faster and affordable.
This is a Trasaco construction product.
For choosing to stay with us. You're still watching Pan-African Television News live from our studios here, 48 Swanika Street, Abelimpe, Accra, Ghana. My name, Ivy Abnadide Nakite. Now, still on our local front, Ghana's current COVID-19 death toll stands at 1,263. According to statistics from the Ghana Health Service, 8 deaths have been recorded within the last 4 days.
In its latest update, the service reported a surge in the country's active cases. As of December 16th, a total of 1,954 active cases were recorded. Also, new cases have shot up, and 437 individuals are said to have contracted the virus. These cases were recorded in the Accra and Ashanti regions, as well as the Kotoka International Airport. In its previous update, the Ghana Health Service indicated that active and new cases recorded were 973 and 71 cases respectively. The cases recorded brings Ghana's confirmed cases to 133,046 since the emergence of the virus last year in March. So far, 129,829 people who fell prey to the virus have recovered and have been discharged from the various health facilities. Meanwhile, the Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom, has called for the suspension of all events in order to avert a surge in the number of COVID-19 cases during this year's Christmas festivities.
That's Greater Accra Regional Commander of the Ghana National Fire Service ACFO-1 Alhaji Nuhu Jibril has sensitized the public on measures to adopt and ensuring fire safety. Now his comment comes ahead of the festive season and the likelihood of Harmattan, which could possibly occur next year.
Ghana National Fire Service is mandated to prevent and manage undesired fires, and that is exactly what we are doing in the Greater Accra region. We always want to make sure that fires do not occur at all. All over the world, everybody is moving from firefighting approach to fire prevention. And so we are also moving toward the same dimension. So we keep on educating the public, creating more awareness to the public so that they will adhere to the fire safety measures that Ghana National Fire Service have been recommended, have been preaching. That means if you embark on best fire safety practices in our homes, our offices, in our farms, wherever we go, we will not record fire outbreaks, and that life and property will be safe, and the social well-being of society will be okay, or the well-being of society will be okay. And as we keep on educating the public, when we get to Christmas and the Harmattan season, we intensify our education to the public so that people will know the do's and don'ts. We remind them. When I say do's and don'ts of fire, what I'm trying to say is that through attitudinal behavior, people start undesired fires. And so when we educate the public for them to know that some aspect of their attitude start the fire outbreak, they will avoid doing that, and that will not record fire outbreaks in the region.
He also urged officers and men in the service to respond promptly to fire outbreak whenever they are called upon.
I was only saying that as we respond quickly, we should continue to respond promptly, and even how do we call it, better our you know, we always want to improve on our services. I hope you understand. And so I was only saying that we should do more training so that we will continue to improve on our response.
Has that been a challenge to you?
No. The challenge, if there will be a challenge of response, then maybe traffic. Sometimes the traffic is so intense that it delays and sometimes the road. If the road is also no good, it's also another challenge. And if the traffic is too intense, it's also another challenge. And sometimes maybe if the address system is not clear, when they give you an address to a place and you cannot locate the place, it may be a wrong address. You may have to call and then confirm the address back. Apart from that, except maybe there's a technical challenge or mechanical challenge with maybe apart from that, everything has been fine.
Director of Research at the Ghana National charged up responsibly to their duties and acknowledged the good leadership exhibited by their Abelenkwe District Commander, DO1 Benjamin Kwashi.
Abelenkwe Fire Station has been one station that turn out these events when it comes to festive times, and this is about my third time being and once it is an annual event, they keep improving year after year, and it's so heartwarming to be part of the program. And I the morale was to have buildings and to buy cars. Yes, and much as we want to accommodate ourselves in our own homes, we must also be mindful of the safety measures that we need to put in place. For instance, hiring of substandard contractors to wire our homes for us.
Still on our local front, the Money Association of Ghana is expected to halt its services across the country after notifying of a nationwide strike tomorrow, 23rd December 2021. According to a news release signed by the General Secretary of the Association, Evans Otumfuo, the strike action is to register via displeasure with government.
The government's introduce a new tax maximizing the country's internally generated by widening the tax net, European. A move was made known to the general public during the was met with a public uproar. The new tax, Electronic Transactions Levy (e-levy), expected to take effect on February 1, 2022, is to have the public pay a charge of 1.75% of the value of electronic transactions. The charge covers mobile money payments, bank transfers, merchant payments, and remittances. Except for inward remittances, which will be borne by the recipient, the charge will be borne by the originator of the transactions. Exemption up to 100 Ghana cedis and of Ghana. The move by the government will derail their business, hence their intention to embark on a nationwide strike. In their press release, they indicated that as an association that implements all mobile money policies through our operators, we see this levy as a very regressive and critical of our business. Consequently, as part of our demonstration on Thursday, 23 December 2021, our services as mobile money agents will not be accessible across the country. Meanwhile, two telecommunication companies operating in Ghana have cut their 1% service charge of their mobile money transactions to lessen the impact of the soon-to-be introduced 1.75% electronic service levy by government in 2022. The Ghana Chamber of Telecommunication, in a letter dated 15 December 2021 and entitled Electronic Money Issuer Support to Customers on e-Levy, says its members, the mobile money operators Airtel Mobile Commerce Limited, Airtel Tigo Money, Mobile Money Limited, MTN Momo, and Vodafone Ghana Mobile Financial Services Limited, Vodafone Cash, have followed national discussions on the e-levy policy. According to the telcos, they have had extensive deliberation with government on the need to lessen the impact on their consumers. They explained that they acknowledged the need to expand the tax base. However, to reduce the overall impact of the new levy on consumers, MTN and Airtel Tigo have agreed to downward revision of their P2P, person-to-person transfer fees by up to 25% depending on the operator. Meanwhile, Vodafone currently has no charges.
Yesterday marked the 72nd birthday of Thomas Sankara, who ruled Burkina Faso from 1983 to 1987. Now, Newsdesk profiles Africa's Che Guevara, whose enviable legacy continues to inspire Pan-Africanism and revolutionaries across the globe.
Thomas Isidore Noel Sankara was born on December 21, 1949 in Yako to Sambo Joseph Sankara and Margaret Sankara as the third of 10 children. Nicknamed Tom Sank, he attended a primary school in Bobo Dioulasso and excelled in mathematics and French. Raised as a Catholic, his parents wanted him to become a priest, but he opted to join the army. He enrolled for an officer cadet course at Kadiogo and left for overseas training in Madagascar. He was subsequently commissioned after completion and also trained as a paratrooper in France. Dubbed Africa's Che Guevara for his revolutionary zeal, Sankara, who emerged as a proponent of Pan-Africanism, deeply immersed in mainstream politics, where he served as Minister of Information and Prime Minister. Following the overthrow of Major Dr. Jean Ouedraogo in a coup on August 4, 1983, orchestrated by Captain Blaise Compaoré, Captain Henry Zongo, and Major Jean-Baptiste Bukari Lingani, he assumed office as head of state and initiated a lot of action-driven and result-oriented policies. Forced marriage, clitoridectomy, and polygamy were outlawed. Education and health made monumental strides. More females were appointed into respectable and recognizable positions, and a nationwide tree planting exercise was adopted to curb deforestation. On the first anniversary of his assumption, he renamed Upper Volta as Burkina Faso, meaning land of incorruptible men. An accomplished guitarist, he also composed a new national anthem for the former French colony. Hailed by many as a progressive leader, his policies also strained ties with France and some African countries. The iconic leftist, who enjoyed tremendous support from Jerry Rawlings and Muammar Gaddafi, was gruesomely murdered on October 15, 1987. Africa's Che Guevara, whose visionary and transformational leadership inspired many, is well remembered for his famous quote, "Whereas revolutionaries like individuals can be murdered, you cannot kill ideas."
Well, that's all on our local front. Up next is business. Thank you for staying. Now let's do business. Some mobile money vendors at Circle have expressed worry over the 2022 National Budget Statement and Economic Policy. According to them, the 1.75% charges slapped on all mobile money transactions is a disincentive to the success and sustainability of business entities across the nation.
In the context of post-pandemic recovery, the Minister for Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, presented the 2022 budget statement on November 17, 2021, on the theme Building a Sustainable Entrepreneurial Nation, Fiscal Consolidation and Job Creation. The budget outlines government's plan to sustain the recovery efforts from the socio-economic impact of the pandemic and get the country quickly back on its pre-pandemic growth trajectory and a sustainable debt path. During his presentation, he proposed a 1.75% levy on mobile money and other electronic transactions, which is intended to shore up government and widen the country's tax net. Our business desk toured Circle to pick the thought of some Momo users and vendors pertaining to the said issue and came through with this report.
How far the Ghana because mobile money yes, what also the 20 Baba to so that must say BPI says a network from almost in Jamaica bed so many now Ghana my Ghana and I said
a mobile money vendor, Johnson Boabin, stated that the introduction of the e-levy system is simply a way to collapse their businesses. According to him, the government chipping in extra 1.75% charges on fees charged by the agents is a burden on the ordinary Ghanaian, since the unemployment rate in Ghana is exceedingly worrying. On the other hand, a concerned citizen, Bridget, also addressed the issue and applauded government for taking a bold decision on the e-levy. Reporting for Pan-African News, Daniel Kwabna Asari.
So, in the world of business, President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obin, has intimated his outfit is pushing hard to make this Christmas season enjoyable one for customers in the trading community amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. According to him, GUTA will do everything humanly possible to contain prices in the trading sector regardless of a hike in goods and services across the globe.
Christmas is celebrated with religious background, visit their families and friends to celebrate and give thanks to God for seeing them through the year. During this season, businesses tend to see a massive in their profits. People rush out to buy ornaments, food, and gifts. Pan-African TV News team hit the streets of La Paz to engage some traders on their expectations for the fast approaching Christmas festivity.
The thing, number one thing you have to understand as a Ghanaian is that you know that this country now is hard types of economy. Now you know what they are selling, what they are selling, the pump, the fuel price now. Say and plus the coronavirus, even some people that are still suffering from the coronavirus breakdown. You see, plus the new virus now. So brother, we are not expecting much. Even you see, business is not even moving like before. You see, and now everybody is trying to manage the little one they are having. Before now, you see somebody who come to your shop, maybe buy more things. You see, but now they are a little. So this is month there. I don't think like we are not expecting more to put borders.
Land, sea.
Yeah, the land borders. The land borders.
Most people in Ghana celebrate Christmas from December 24th to the first week in January with lots of different activities. Some Ghanaians also go to church on December 31st to thank God for His immeasurable mercies and pray to be ushered into the ensuing year. People may also use that time to remember those who died during the previous year and pray that the difficulties they may have encountered over the year don't reoccur during the new year. In line with this, Pan-African Television News team interacted with the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obeng, and picked his thoughts on the trading community ahead of Christmas and came through with this report.
3, 2, 1, action.
Yeah, it's our wish to make this Christmas very enjoyable for customers. That's why communicated among ourselves to do everything humanly possible to contain our prices, even in the wake of the high price globally, and even the cost of shipping lines and all that. Our major wish is to make sure that the Ghanaian consuming public is not surcharged for some of these things, and if even it should go against our profits, to make them also have some smile even in the midst of the COVID. It's our major wish, and we wish them all very well for the Christmas festivities. Yeah.
He also noted that whatever has been recognized by the Ghanaian populace will be justified in order to ensure sustainability in the trading community, equity, their dealings, and government in order to economic growth for the country.
First and foremost, I must say I'm very humbled by this award, and it's going to spur us on. I believe that we did it as a team, and the whole team of good to make sure that whatever has been recognized by the Ghanaian populace will be justified by continuing the good job that we've been doing. Make sure that we'll be fair in dealings. Make sure that we also support government in any way to advance the cause of governance. And you know that GUTA is non-partisan, and we are passionate about our issues. Pertains the trading community, we do so with all the passion. We come out with our points and we articulate them, and I think this is why the people have observed and trying to reward us, and we are very appreciative of that. We will continue to pursue a good cause that we've chosen for ourselves.
Reporting for Pan-African News, Daniel Kwabna Asare.
We'll take stories from our international partners, the People's Dispatch, after this break.
It's incredible! Bang on target!
Front, Gabriel Boric Font of the left-wing approved Dignity Coalition won the presidential runoff held in Chile on December 19 and became the country's youngest president ever. Now, 35-year-old Boric won the second round of elections with 55.87% of the votes, defeating conservative Jose Antonio Cast of the far-right Christian Social Front with a margin of more than 11% of the votes.
Following the announcement of the results, hundreds of thousands of Chileans took to the streets of Santiago to celebrate Boric's and hear their president-elect's first speech. In his victory speech, Boric thanked the citizens for their overwhelming support and his resounding triumph. Referring to the impounding of public transport, Boric said that, "I also thank the people who tried to vote and were unable to do so due to lack of public transportation." He also stressed that this won't happen again. Boric also extended his gratitude to Chilean women who strongly supported him because they feared that Kast's victory would result in major setbacks in their rights. "I thank the women of our country who organized themselves throughout to defend their hard-earned rights." He also promised that they will be protagonists in his government that will leave behind once and for all the patriarchal inheritance of the society. Boric ratified his commitment to fighting climate change by boosting green investment, as well as reducing the glaring inequalities in the country by expanding spending on social services and reforming the country's pension and healthcare systems. "We know there continues to be justice for the rich and justice for the poor, and we no longer will permit that the poor keep paying the price of Chile's inequality," he said. He emphasized that respect for human rights is always an unwavering commitment, and that we can never for any reason have a president who declares war on his own people. To the victims of human rights violations, we say that we will not be seeking truth, justice, reparation, and not repetition. Political and social leaders and organizations from across the Latin American and the Caribbean region and the world hailed Boric's victory. Argentine President Alberto Fernandez was among the first leaders to congratulate Boric. "I want to congratulate Gabriel Boric for having been elected president of the beloved people of Chile. We must assume the commitment to strengthen the bonds of brotherhood that unite our countries and to work together with the region to put an end to inequality in Latin America," he tweeted. Bolivian President Luis Arce applauded Boric's victory. "We welcome the electoral triumph of Gabriel Boric, which is the triumph of the Chilean people. Latin America democracy is strengthened based on unity, respect, and above all, the will of our peoples. Congratulations to the President-elect of Chile," he wrote in a tweet. Likewise, British politician Jeremy Corbyn also expressed his support for Boric. "Huge congratulations to Gabriel Boric, elected as Socialist President of Chile. A victory for hope and change. The united people shall be united," he tweeted. Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel also sent his best wishes. "Warm congratulations to Gabriel Boric for his election as President of Chile in a historic popular victory. We ratify the will to expand bilateral relations and cooperation between the people and governments of both nations," he tweeted. Peruvian President Pedro Castillo also felicitated Boric. "Congratulations on the triumph, my dear friend Gabriel Boric. The victory you have achieved is that of the Chilean people, and we the Latin American people share it, who want to live with freedom, justice, peace, and dignity. Let us continue fighting for the unity of our nations." Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Take one. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro also sent his greetings. "I congratulate the Approved Dignity Coalition for its victory, and the newly elected President of Chile, Gabriel Boric. I salute the people of Salvador Allende and Victor Jara for their resounding victory over fascism. Great democratic day. Long live Chile," Maduro tweeted. Argentine Vice President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, Bolivian Vice President David Choquehuanca, former Bolivian President Evo Morales, former Brazilian President Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, Colombian President Ivan Duque, Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez, Ecuadorian President Guillermo Lasso, former Ecuadorian President Rafael Correa, Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega, Panamanian President Laurentino Cortizo, Peruvian Prime Minister Mirta Vázquez, Uruguayan President Luis Lacalle Pou, among numerous others, also sent Boric their best wishes. The Executive Secretary of the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of America, People's Trade Treaty, Sasha, the Puebla Group, a political forum made up of progressive presidents, former presidents, political and social of the world, issued a statement celebrating Boric's victory. The group highlighted that his arrival at the government Boric's triumph also opens new political spaces for the pronouncement of progressive forces in the elections in Brazil and Colombia next year. A platform of progressive leaders saluted the people of Chile for their courage in the struggle against determination to overcome efforts to suppress their votes in Sunday's election to elect Boric with the most votes of any president in the country's history.
Credit goes to our international partners, the People's Dispatch. Sports X next. In sports, Ghana's head coach Milovan Watzvek has announced his 30-man provisional squad for the 2021 African Cup of Nations AFCON next month.
The Serbian gaffer named his squad for the 33rd edition of Africa's prestigious tournament yesterday at the headquarters of the Ghana Football Association. The squad is mainly dominated by European players, but 5 Ghana Premier League players were named in the squad. Richard Atta of Accra Hasselhoff, Philemon Bafo and Abdul Fattah Isahaku, all of Dreams FC, David Abagna of RTU, and Maswell Abekwe of Great Olympics made the cut. The local contingent will travel to Doha today, where they will team up with the rest of the invited players. The Black Stars will open camp on Wednesday, December 23, 2021, to begin preparations for the tournament in Doha, Qatar. The team will be in Doha for a period of 3 weeks to prepare for the tournament scheduled for Cameroon from January 9 to February 6, 2022. The 4-time African champions will play 3 international friendly matches in Qatar to give Coach Milovan the opportunity to assess his squad for the tournament. The team will wrap up their test matches against African champions Algeria on Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. Ghana is in Group C alongside Morocco, Gabon and Comoros. The Black Stars will face North African side Morocco in the opening Group C game in Yaoundé. The following names made the squad. For the goalkeepers, Joseph Wallacott, Abdul M. Nuruddin, Richard Atta, Lawrence Atisigi made the cut. For the midfielders, we have Papa Idrisu, Edmond Ado, Thomas Tehipate, Mubarak Wakasu, Mohamed Kudus, Daniel Kofi Chre, David Abagna and Salis Abdul Samid. For the wingers, Abdul F. Isahaku, Samuel Owusu, Kamaldin Sulemana, Dede Ayu and Joseph Pinto made the cuts. For the defenders, we have Andy Yadom, Philemon Bafo, Baba Rahman, Gideon Mensah, Daniel Amate, Alexander Juku, Jonathan Mensah and Khalid Mume. For the strikers, Jordan Ayew, Richmond Yadom, Maswell Abekwe, Felix Afena Chan and Benjamin Tete made the list.
The second deputy coach of Ghana Black Stars, Otu Ado, will miss the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations. Head coach Milovan Watzvek has revealed.
Ado, who is the assistant coach of Borussia Dortmund, was named as the second assistant coach following the reappointment of the Serbian trainer in October this year. Ado has been working on a part-time basis for the team. He was in the dugout for the team for the round of games of the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Ethiopia and South Africa last month. However, coach Milovan Rajevac has confirmed that Ado will not be available for the tournament. The 63-year-old revealed this after announcing his 30-man Black Stars provisional squad for the tournament. Milovan Rajevac has requested for more hands ahead of the tournament.
Finally in sports, Ghana's Tokyo 2020 Olympic bronze medalist Samuel Techi will step into the ring for his first professional fight on January 29, 2022.
Techi, who turns 21 on 23rd, has signed a managerial and promotional contract with Bazooka Promotions, a syndicate owned by Ike Corte. Techi, in the media, revealed he is ready to kickstart his professional journey to become a future world champion. He further disclosed that should everything go as planned, he will make his professional debut next month under Ike Corte. He said he made the choice because he believes he has what it takes to lead him to where WBA welterweight champion Ike Corte is expected to coach the Ring Warrior and lead him to become a superstar. Techi said he is happy to be in the camp of the former world and he is not looking.
Coming up is entertainment. Festivals celebrated by most tribes play a crucial role in fostering peaceful coexistence and living. On our showbiz segment today, let's shift our attention on Bugum Festival celebrated by the Dagumbas.
Festival is the festival in the year. It is celebrated in the first month of the Dagomba lunar year to remember the loss of a chief's son. The origin of the festival dates back to the time when one king lost his dear son. The name of the king and the said son are no longer known. Some also claim that the event took place before the arrival of the ruling class in modern Dagbon, Mampugu and Nanung. The descendants of the ruling class are present-day chiefs and kings in Dagbon, Mampusi and Nanung. The story has it that a child went out to play with his colleagues, and as they played, he became tired and went and laid down under a tree. He soon fell asleep. The other children forgot of him and went home when they finished playing. In the evening, the parents did not see him. The king thought he was with the mother, and the mother also thought likewise. After supper, the mother called on the king to take the child to bed. It was at that moment that they found out that the child was not with him. The king ordered the subjects to go round the neighborhood and did not find him. Even the children he went out with could not remember. The warriors were instructed to look for the son. Because it was night and dark, they searched in search of him. Finally, they found him under a tree, deeply asleep. They sent him to his parents, who were desperately waiting for his arrival. The parents thought that the tree stole the child and hid him. They therefore considered the tree and threw the touches they were carrying on the tree and shamed it. The community at that time regarded that particular tree as evil, and many feared it. The king decreed that the event yearly. They assembled the king's palace to festival. They set by king or chief used to let torch. The chief did not go far and dropped his torch and returned home. The people continued the practice and used to go to the evil tree and threw their torches on it. While marching to the evil tree, they danced a dance for the Tindamba land priest. The people used to go and dress as warriors when celebrating Bugumchugu.
Well, that's how we wrap up on today's segment of Pan-African News here on Pan-African Television. Let's do a recap of our headlines. Tension builds as Momo vendors hit the streets over e-levy. Ghana sees a surge in COVID-19 death toll. We brought you details of these stories and many more live from our studios here, 48 Swanika Street, Abelempi, Accra, Ghana. My name is Ivy Abnadide Nakite. Do well and follow us on all social media platforms at Pan-African Television, on Instagram at Pan-African Television, and on Twitter at Pan-African Television. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.